welcome back to Mrs. Hauk's math class this Thursday morning. Yesterday we started working on lesson 16. We were working with ordered pairs and plotting them points on the coordinate grid. Today we're going to continue lesson 16. Before I begin, first of all, I would like to thank those students who are listening right now and who have been filling in their math books and paying attention. Your work does not go unnoticed because I notice when you do your Google assignments, you're actually answering questions correctly. So let's hope that we can continue doing that. Okay, so we're not going to do a lot of work here in lesson 16. We're going to look at this coordinate plane here and fill in our grid. We're going to do it together. It says here in each column, write the coordinates of the points that are related to the given point by the criteria listed in the first column of the table. Point S, which is right here, over 5 up 3, has been reflected over the X and Y axes for you as a guide, and its images are shown on the coordinate plane. Use the coordinate grid to help you locate each point and its corresponding coordinates. I want you to take your pencil, and I want you to go ahead and circle the word reflected here. If you were listening yesterday, I talked about reflected a little bit. That's why we had these X's up here on the top of our assignment, because we kind of talked about it. Well, today we're going to actually put it into practice. I have here a little orange dot. We're going to start with this one right here where S is. Let's see, there it is. Okay, so point S. We're going to look at point S first. The point, or the given point, is reflected across the x-axis. So reflected means we basically are going to jump across the x-axis, but we have to make sure we are at the same distance. So if you notice, here's point S. It is 3 spots away from the x-axis. If it jumps across the x, it has to continue to be 3 spaces away. So it is at point M. So we're going to put here M. And if we see where M is, it's over 5, down 3. So we're going to put here over 5, down 3. All right, let's try the next one. We're going to continue with point S. Let's find S here with this little orange dot. I'll make it a little bit easier and visible for us. So this time we have to take the given point is reflected across the y-axis. Well, here's our y. We're going to jump across the y. We have to make sure we are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spots. We jump 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it ended up way over here at the L. So this is point L. How do we know where point L is? It's backwards 5 and up 3. Backwards 5, up 3. Okay, good. Now let's go back here. Let's put the orange dot back here so we can see it again. This time we're going to take the given point, which is S, and we're going to reflect it across the X. Let's do that first. Here's X. Jump across the X. And then we have to go across the Y. So now we have to go from here across the Y, and we ended up here at point A. Point A is, start at the origin, over 5, down 3. Okay, so we went negative direction. Go play one more box. Start here at S again. This time we're going to take the point S. We're going to reflect it across the Y-axis first. So we're going to jump across here to the Y. And then we have to jump across the X. And we ended up in exactly the same spot. Okay, so at this point, if you would like to pause your video and go find colored pencils or something to use, it might be helpful for you so that we can fill in the rest of this chart. So go ahead and pause your video and get a colored utensil. All right, so let's go ahead and look at our next box here. We have to plot the point -2, +4. Start at the origin, go backwards 2, and up 4. And we're going to put our dot right here. -2, +4. Okay? Now we have to take this point. I'm going to use my writing utensil, and I have to reflect it over the x-axis. Well, let's make sure we can remember which one's the x. Here's our x. I'm going to take this point and I'm going to jump it over here. However, it has to stay on the same horizontal line and be the same distance. So let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. And we're going to put our dot right there. Okay. So I am at the point -2, -4. -2, -4. Okay, let's go back and start with our red dot. Mine's red. Let's start here at the red. This time we have to take the point and reflect it across the Y. Well, I have a different color here. We'll put the Y as pink. And we're going to take this dot here and we're going to jump over the Y. Well, let's look. 1, 2 spots to the Y-axis. So 1, 2, and we'll put our dot. Where is that point? Let's start here at the origin. Over 2, up 4. Over 2, up 4. Okay, start at original point. Here was our original point. This time we're going to have to take it and we have to reflect it. This is over the X. So here's X. We'll jump over the X. And then we have to jump over the Y somewhere here. Well, let's see. This is 1, 2 places away. So we'll have to go 1, 2 places away. And so our dot's going to go right here. Looks like we've made a perfect rectangle. Let's see. Where is this dot? It is, start at the origin, over 2, down 4. Over 2, down 4. Let's see if this is the same as it was over here. Start at our given point. Here was our given point, the red. This time we have to reflect across the Y. So we're going to jump across the Y. And then we have to jump across the X. It's the same spot. So we'll go ahead and write 2, -4. Okay, I'm going to get a different color here. This time I'm going to do +3, -2. So start here, +3, 1, 2, 3. -2 means I'm going to go down right here. Let's go ahead and reflect our points. So if I'm 2 away from the X-axis this direction, and I'm going to jump over the X, I'm going to go 2 places up right here. Where is that new point? From the origin, it's over 3, up 2. So I'm going to write here, over 3, up 2. Okay, let's go back to our original green dot right here. I started here. This time I'm going to reflect over the Y. Well, here's the Y. So I have to jump over here. Well, let's see. 1, 2, 3 to the Y-axis. 1, 2, 3. So I'm going to be right here is my new spot. Where is that point? Let's see. Start at the origin. Backwards 3. Down 2. So backwards 3. Down 2. Kind of noticing that I'm using the same integers in a row. So it looks like I'm going to guess right here, I'm going to have to use the numbers 3 or 2 or -3 or -2. Let's check. So I'm going to start here at the point, this was where we started. We have to reflect it across the X. So we're going to jump across the X. And then we have to jump across the Y. So we're going to be somewhere around in here. This was 1, 2, 3 spots. 1, 2, 3 spots. Where is that new point? Let's locate it. Start at the origin. 1, 2, -3, and up, +2. And we've learned from our previous problems that if I'd start here at the original spot, and I jump over the Y, and I jump over the X, I end up at that same spot right there. Okay, since our coordinate grid's getting a little busy, we're going to go ahead and stop here. We won't do the last column. We're going to go ahead and flip over to the next page. Okay, top of the next page says when the coordinates of 2 points are x, y, and -xy, What line of symmetry do the points share? Circle the word symmetry for me. And we're going to kind of do a little example here. So we're not going to write with words, a lot of explanation. I want you to go ahead and make a small coordinate grid. And up here, let's go ahead and think of something real simple. Let's put for x, let's put 1, y will be 2. So negative x would be -1, and obviously our y is going to be the same too. So if we kind of came over here and plotted these points, start at the origin, over 1, up 2, we're going to be about right there. And then if we're going to do -1, +2, we're going to be right there. All right, so you will notice our 2 points are reflected over which axis? Which one is this one? This is called the y-axis. And so you will notice that our points reflected over the y-axis. And because they're reflected over the y-axis, we call this the line of symmetry. So let's make a little note here and say line of symmetry. Okay, now let's try another one. This time we have x and y, but this time we're going to have x and -y. So once again, let's make a little diagram here for us. We'll make a little coordinate plane here. For x, let's keep the number small again. Let's put x as 2 and y as 3. So x is 2 and y is -3. Okay, so let's go ahead and pretend we're going to plot our point. So we start the origin, we go over 2 and up 3. So we're going to be about right there. The next one would be start at the origin, over 2, but this time we have to go down 3. So if you notice, what axis did we reflect over? We reflected over the x-axis. So because we reflected over the x-axis, this right here is our line of symmetry. Okay, it's kind of in the middle of our 2 points, just like up here. Our line of symmetry was in the middle between 2 points. Let's label this one more time, line of symmetry. Okay, the last thing I'd like for you to do before we finish our lesson is you have a gigantic coordinate plane here. I want you to go ahead and I want you to plot the point at 4, -5. Okay, so we're all going to go on our grid. We're going to go over 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What I would like for you to do is I would like for you to take this point and I want you to reflect it over the y-axis. I want you to take this point and reflect it over the x-axis, and then I want you to reflect it over the x and the y. So by the time you are finished, you should have 3 other points on your coordinate plane. Okay, well, I hope you guys all have a great Thursday, and I will see you on Friday.